Greetings, I'm Rob Chapman.
And I'm the captain.
And I think you just saw my best feel faces of all time there.
It was a good feel face, wasn't
it?
So
I was really
seen that kind of feel face since... Anyway, that's another story. What are we doing today?
Today we've got the new awesome ID amplifiers from the Blackstar range. ID Core, that is. The core at the heart of the Blackstar sound.
It's the big ones though, isn't it?
The big guns.
So you guys have been able to buy and play the Diddy range of the... So anything from like the 15 watt... In fact, I think there's even a 10, isn't there? Right up to like the sort of the 50. But Blackstar are now introducing a 100 and 150 watt version to the range. Both louder and fatter sounding than any of the other ones that have been in the range before, but have also had a bunch of other enhancements made to them as well. So improved preamp sounds, better spatial imaging on the amplifiers. They're both 210s, which is kind of weird because Rob's looks like a 212, but it's a 210 just in a bigger cabinet. Loopers built in, extended functionality with foot switches, all kinds of stuff basically, you know, USB editor, USB recording output, tons of stuff.
What threw me at first, other than the myriad of tonal variety you could find in this cornucopia of tones, is also the spatial sonic wideness of the delays and reverbs. It almost kind of put me off. Because, did you hear that? I'll do it again.
Now, I'm not sure how well this will pick up when you're listening on YouTube, because it'll very much depend on the device that you're sort of listening on. But where Blackstar are kind of going with this is they're definitely using some of that kind of trip time delay stuff that you hear on sort of like modern entertainment systems, where, you know, although the speakers are here, the noise comes out, but it kind of sounds like it's coming from different places.
It's like a Blackstar imp runs around a room with a little tiny speaker around your ears and you don't realise. That's what it sounds like.
So it's quite gratifying to play, you know, with at lower volumes, because it makes the sound feel, you're much more immersed in the kind of effects and the sounds that you're getting.
I like that.
But basics that you know, you've got, and we'll go through these one by one. So you've got 6 different kind of preamp sounds, 2 clean sounds, 2 crunchy sounds, and 2 sort of heavier overdriven sound. Whole bunch of effects, split into 3 basic banks that you can have one of each on at all times. So you can have a delay style effect, a reverb style effect, and then some form of other, it could be a modulation or an octave effect or something like that you've got built in. They've done some quite clever stuff by using the octave and the reverbs to get sort of shimmer effects. So it's kind of cool.
Shall I show them some of those shimmer effects?
Because I'm
really enjoying that. That reminds me, back in the day when me and my buddy Drew would play amplifiers in massive warehouses. You remember that?
Yes.
Many moons ago.
Many moons ago.
Many moons ago.
So we'll go through some. We'll go through some of those sounds. The new amps have got loopers built in, which again we'll do a loop and then we'll do like a loop jam. They are, as are all the ID Core range, phenomenally well priced. So kind of I think it's about $250 for the 100 watt 210, and it's like $320, $330 for the 150 watt. And I think the other thing that we're beginning to see, you know, in Andertons now as advancements in sort of digital modeling amplifiers. Not only are you seeing the sort of the preamp sounds kind of evolving and becoming more authentic as you go along. The bit that's impressed me most probably in the last maybe year or so, actually I don't know, maybe a year or two, is they're getting the power amps, not in terms of necessarily modeling the way valve power amplifiers work particularly well, but they're getting the headroom and the actual power and the way the speakers are able to handle that power massively improved. So it used to be a bit pointless to buy like 100, 150 watt sort of digital amplifiers like 2 or 3 years ago, because you just turn them up and they never really sounded that loud and the speaker would crap out, and it just wasn't really like a usable giggable amp. But we've tried a few now, you know, of which these 2 ID Core ones are, you know, part of that group, where the the power is there in a way that it hasn't been there before, in a way that I think you probably could start to gig these, whereas perhaps previous models, they've really been, you just use it at home or at like a school band or something like that.
By the way, have you stolen Drew's guitar now then?
This is Drew, the lovely Drew. If you've been following this channel since like 2009 or whatever,
I'm sorry that you have no money left.
then you'll possibly remember Drew becoming famous by going boom,
boom,
which maybe Rory can insert from like a long time ago into this video.
Greetings, I'm Chappers, and this is my fantastic friend Drew.
Hi.
Boom!
But yeah, so Drew's bought a new guitar, and it's a Les Paul Custom, a second-hand Les Paul Custom that he picked up. That's about, it's 2003 model, but it's made of Carina, which is really, really light. I've told him I think it's a Chibson, and I've offered him £75 for it, but I don't think he believes me.
He's selling it actually, so if anybody's interested in buying it, then
post your offer in the comment section below,
he wants
and
Drew
can respond if he wants to. But I thought I'd give it a play because it's really nice. So yeah, I've gone for a slightly less affected tone for my clean sounds. I don't know, it's got quite a bit of delay. I love it. Again, I think it's really important the device that you're listening to this on, because if you're listening on just an iPhone and you're just using the internal speaker, you're not going to get any sense of the super wide stereo effect that we're getting
super wide stereo.
But if you've got some headphones or something that you can listen on in stereo, hopefully that'll really kind of come out, because you can see we're trying to mic the 2 amps in stereo to give you that kind of vibe. But in the room, it
fills the room.
It's just a different kind of. It's a 3D kind of...
Like the smell of a Christmas dinner. So we selected a few tones on our little boards, and I've got the wonderful kind of ambient as my first tone. But then my second tone is more of the traditional Rob Chappers shreddy thing. Which is a really good tone. The problem I have is I'm conflicted because I have an HT5 at home, and I absolutely love that amplifier.
Yeah.
And if my house was burning down, once I'd rescued my wife and my dog and everything that was going on inside my house, I'd probably take the HT5 with me. And I don't know, I can't tell whether or not I prefer this over the HT5 because it's such a great amplifier.
I think it's different, isn't it? I mean, the guy who's going to buy, the guy or the girl who's going to buy an HT5 is going to go, I don't need more than 5 watts. And I know it's a loud 5 watts because it's valve.
Yeah.
I don't need tons of stereo effects and built-in modulation and everything because I've got separate pedal board. But I do just want a couple of really, really classy valve tones.
But this is the problem when you get a company that makes a wide range of great products.
Yeah.
Some of the artisan stuff as well is bam-ba-cam.
But I certainly think, so ID Core is for the guy that's looking for bang for his buck, isn't it? He's looking for power, effects, switching, all kinds of stuff.
I guess it's a different kind of customer, isn't it?
Yeah, but for a really affordable price.
And then I've got this crunch tone on C for crunch. See what I did?
Yep.
And that if I tap the thing, tap it out, I get my kind of out of tune guitar. If I get rid of that tap, it real crunches up more nice than it.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just quickly whiz over what the foot switch functions do, and then what we'll do is we'll use close-up clam to kind of literally go through what all the settings are. Okay, close-up clam. Yeah.
I can't wait to see what's going on with the ID core amplifier.
It's been a long day.
Blah, 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 blah.
So look, can we close up on the foot switches I've got on the floor, please? So this one here that says AB on it, this one actually comes with the amplifier.
What happens if you ab?
It gives you a defined, more definition in
nice.
your stomach. And the other foot switch over here, this is an optional extra. But the idea is that any of the buttons can be assigned to kind of do anything. So the default mode here is that A, B, and C are 3 tones off of the amplifier, so you have 3 channels off the amplifier. D and E activate the looper. And then A and B over here turn my chorus on and off and my delay on and off. So that's kind of cool. So, I've got some... Here we go, let's turn the volume up. So you've got all that kind of funky stuff. And then if that's not enough, what they've also done is by holding 2 buttons down simultaneously, so like A, B, C and D, whatever, you can do things like bank up and down, so you can recall like 30 different sounds from the foot switches, you can activate the tuner, all that kind of stuff. And it's completely user definable, so it's up to you to decide what you want the buttons to do. And I think that's a really cool feature because it gives loads and loads of extra functionality to the guy that's gigging.
What are your other tones? You got, because we've heard this clean with the delays and things.
So I've got one that's a little bit more hairy. Let's turn the delay off, which is that one, I think, isn't it? Yeah. Let's put it on. So I just picked that as like a good rhythm tone, to sort of, it's punchy and going to cut through a little bit.
Working well with the Carina.
And then my third button here is just like a heavier lead, which again I quite like with some delay on it. Nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
Should we go close-up cam then?
Well, I really wanted to try out the octave thing that Drew said.
Well, that's what I thought, because I can literally just go through everything.
Can you octave me and I'll play?
I can. So let's just have a quick change around of where everyone's sitting. Okay, so hopefully you guys are watching a little bit on close-up cam as well. Let's see, does my hand go? It does. And are we wide enough to get all the features in on that lens there?
I'm going to say yes.
Well, I can't. Yes. Yes. Awesome. Right, okay. So we're on close-up cam, and I'm just going to point out what the knobs do. So the very first one over here by my little finger is the one where you would choose your basic voice. So as I said, 2 clean kind of sounds, 2 crunchy sounds, 2 lead sounds. That's what we're going to step through. Then you've got an EQ section here, which works on all of them. And as you program your sounds, it will store the EQ setting you have. If you're not familiar with Blackstar products, ISF is their kind of tone that goes from like American sounding to British sounding and anywhere in between. Over here, you've got your 3 buttons that turn your different effects off, so reverb, modulation, or delay. And you can have one of each going at any one time. And then these 2 controls here, type and level, adjust the type of effect and the amount of the effect. Volume over the end, and then the buttons along the bottom are where you're storing your sounds, basically, so that you can recall them as you want to. What else have I missed on there? There's a tap tempo button for doing things like delays, so that you get the speed of the delay properly.
It's basically everything you need if you're learning the guitar, you're in a bedroom, you want to play a load of different sounds, a load of different effects. Functionality with an optional pedal board.
Yeah. So let's get into it.
A dream come true.
Stereo effects loop on the back, headphone socket, emulated output, quite cleverly designed so that you can use the emulated output either with the speakers reinforcing it or without the speakers reinforcing it if you want to. Comes with some free software like an extra editor called Insider. And as you know, Rob, we love to be Insider. So let's start with the first one, which is called Clean Warm, and I'm just going to use a little bit of reverb over the top of all these. Take it away. This is clean, warm. First one was clean, bright. Next one is called Crunch, and I'll go through kind of what it's like with low gain through to high gain. So here we go. Same again, but now for the Super Crunch mode. Here we go. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Next one is called Overdrive 1. Same again. I'm just doing from like a low setting to a high setting.
Interesting.
Cool. And then the final one is Overdrive 2, which is the heaviest one. Cool. I'm going to add some effects in now. I don't know, do you want me to add them over a clean tone or a dirty tone?
You got the octave thing.
Yep, I can
Whack
find
that on the dirt tone.
Okay, so octave is modulation in mode 3. So I would hit the modulation button. You can see where I position it on the dial is whether or not we're getting octave below, octave above, or both.
Do me, why don't you do me some others with a clean tone so I can...
I agree. So let's go back to a clean warm, which is love. So as you guys can see, I hit buttons like this. Green means we're in sort of edit mode, and as I adjust this, that's the button it's doing. If it's off, and red just means the effect is on, but I'm not in that particular edit mode. So let's turn delay off and let's just start with reverb actually. So here we go. Here are your 4 different types of reverb. So I'm just going to leave a little bit of hall reverb on the patch, and then I'm going to jump over to delay. So we got 4 different types of delay, sorry, linear, analog, tape, and multi. So here we go, these are the 4 different types of delay. Do you want it faster? There's a song, that reminds me of a song, but anyway. And I've got a level control and a tap control, so I can do, you know, how long do the delays last, and how fast are they, and all that kind of stuff.
Delays last.
So I'm going to turn delay off now and go over to modulation, where again your 4 modulation effects, a phaser, and then a combined kind of chorus flanger, the octave thing, and the last one is tremolo.
Fun.
So there's your quick range of, quick run through of all the different sounds that you can get in here.
And how much was this one?
$329.
$329, $95, $93. And how much is that one?
$249.
How much is the optional pedal?
It is £65.
£65.
So yeah, okay. for what? So for about just over 300 quid, you can get that with all the pedals, and for just under 400 quid, you can get that with all the pedals.
That's a lot of Blackstar bang. Boom! I have definitely been Rob Chapman.
When I've occasionally been the captain.
These have definitely been the incredible Blackstar ID Core amplifiers, action cornucopiately packed.
Yes.
With an amazing array of affordable sounds and technical prowess, spatial awareness.
Yes.
What was this SWS thing?
Super wide stereo.
Oh, he got it. He got it in one. Effects and ting, 10-inch speakers, £10 punch in the sonic face.
I mean, that I think that's my, this is definitely seal of approval here, because it's kind of, I think we've said in a few videos before that the louder, more powered digital amplifiers just weren't really giggable. So we take that back now with this kind of statement. I know we haven't gigged them, but you get a good idea in the room of kind of like how loud it is and how that's going to work in a gigging scenario. So obviously tonal wise, we're kind of still a relatively affordable amplifier here. So not sort of saying go and sell your Fender Twin or whatever and go and buy one of these. But if you're looking for a very affordable and perfectly capable gigging amplifier with loads of good features and a very, very clever foot switch operation sort of thing, then yes, ID Core, 100, 150, really nothing bad to say about these at all. So,
and if you want to buy Drew's guitar for $2,700, chuck it in the comment section below and it'll find you.
That's pounds, not dollars.
Yeah.
Anyway, right.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye. This is Rory from the UK. Tell me about Rory.
So he edits videos. Rory's awesome.